Reform MPs, including Nigel Farage, paid thousands by Elon Musk's ex for posting on the site. I'm going to read into this more from The Independent, you guys. Let's go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Reganelite here with an article from The Independent with the headline that Reform MPs, including Nigel Farage, has paid thousands by Elon Musk's ex for posting on the site. The scheme has been branded an unholy alliance between the right wing and the billionaire Musk. Guys, while you're here, make sure you hit the like button and share it across social media so others are notified of this video. So, I suppose the Reform UK supporters on the channel are probably going to say there's absolutely nothing wrong here, nothing to see here, or this is perfectly all right, or the other argument that they will make is, well, Regan doesn't, people get monetized on X and they get paid to tweet things on there. What's the difference here? And you're right on that. You're absolutely right on that. That there are people who tweet and they get paid on by X, for tweeting and whatnot, and advertisements and whatnot, because they have all those subscription things. Desperate ways for Elon Musk to make money. That is all 100% true. No, I'm not arguing with that. But the rhetoric, the language that comes out of Reform MPs have been pretty strong, distasteful, unhelpful. Do we think that Nigel Farage's comments during the UK riots helped the situation or make things worse? It is not a very nice thing. I generally think we are getting to this point where I think we need to I think the government needs to seriously consider banning X from the UK. I think they need to seriously consider it, even if it pisses off Elon Musk and the United States of America, Trump in particular, to protect the British public from this rhetoric, because the rhetoric is extremely dangerous that is coming out of that platform. It is having a very bad negative effect on the British public. There is so much misinformation coming out of that platform. It's absolutely insane. And people just immediately believe anything that comes on that platform without even doing a shred of research whatsoever. And I know that there are many people who don't like Labour and don't like the Conservatives and are going to Reform because they think Reform are within their best interest. I get that. I understand that. But you really need to I really urge people to just look at what they are saying and how they say it and how it comes across. How often do you when you hear things from Reform, do you really smile and really feel positive? It's always negative news from them. It's always negative, unhappy news from them. Never hear any good things coming out of them. One of the things that I always say is that, since it has been 6 months since Labour have been in government, what have the 5 Reform MPs done for their constituencies? If you are from those constituencies, please comment down below what exactly they've done locally, on a local level, to your constituents in those areas. I really would like to know. Please share, because I want to see what they are doing. I want to see what they're doing, because there are some positive things that Labour have done. Yes, there are lots of negatives, and we've highlighted them here on this channel. And there have been some positives that Labour have done as well. But if you are serious about Reform, thinking that they are best for this country, that they can take the country forward, in all seriousness, point to me where they have made the difference. Point to me where they have made lives better. Point to me evidence that shows that they have made those changes. Not by their language, not by their words that come out of their mouths, but by their actions. Yeah? 5 of them are MPs. What have they done for their constituencies in those last 6 months? Just something, anything. Small bits. Give me something that makes me say, okay, this person's done this. Okay. Oh, Nigel Farage has done this in Clacton. Okay, it's something better than nothing. Point to me in the right direction that makes me point me in the right direction. Or you can just ramble about sovereignty and I hate Labour all the time, which really just doesn't really work for me. But I would be very careful about what you're saying about Elon Musk, especially if you are a supporter of Elon Musk, because you're supporting a guy who is making making things much worse for the UK. And I'm seriously considering banning Elon Musk supporters from my channel, because I really, really am. Oh no, I really, really am. And the reason why is because of how dangerous he is on people, and people who feed off him are a danger to the UK. I really think they are, because they're not paying attention to their surroundings and just get all the information from X without doing any research into their work at all. It's very concerning, to say the least. So Reform MPs, including Nigel Farage and Lee Anderson, have been accused of profiteering from spreading hateful rhetoric after it emerged they made thousands of pounds from posting on Elon Musk's X. So do we think this is perfectly all right? And by the way, I'll just point this out as well, because I think it's a good point as well. So Andrew Yang, who is an independent politician in America, he used to be a Democrat. He makes money off Twitter. Do you know what he does with all his money? He gives it out to one random person on Twitter. He gives his money he gives his money away, because he doesn't feel right for him to take money from the platform. Just wanted to put that out there. Mr Farage, Mr Anderson and Rupert Lowe MPs have all declared thousands in payments from the companies in their recent parliamentary register of interest via billionaire Musk creators' revenue program. The scheme allows premium users with more than 500 verified followers to monetize their accounts on the controversial site, which has grown increasingly toxic since it was taken over by Tesla tycoon in 2022. More than 10,000 has been paid to right-wing trios since July last year, with Farage having earned the most so far, according to parliamentary filings. The Clacton-on-Sea MP, who has 2.2 million followers, has made in excess of £5,000 since entering the scheme. A Labour source has told The Independent, "We've always known that for every person who spends the hateful rhetoric on X because they want to divide our society, there is another set of grifters who do it just to make money. It looks like these Reform MPs fail in both categories, and no one will be the least a bit surprised." Carla Denyer, MP for Bristol Central and Green Party co-leader, said the profits mark an unholy alliance between right-wing and Elon Musk. The fact that Reform MPs are profiting financially from posting on Musk's X tells us all we need to know about how genuine their motives are, she said. Neither Musk nor Farage have ordinary people's interests at heart. They don't want to make people's lives better, and they don't value our democracy. They want to strip away protections from workers to make it easier for them and their super rich buddies to make money, and don't care what damages they do to our communities in the process. However, Mr Farage has suggested that Reform MPs are not only ministers making money from the scheme, though he and his colleagues are the only members to have declared payments. He said many MPs are on X and have the tick, while their views are tiny compared to ours, and they will be receiving money. It's automatically once you pay for the tick. So why are we the only ones declaring? ? On the 16th, December the 16th, Mr Anderson said he had been paid £107.50 from the corporation. The day after the Ashfield MP declared he was expected to receive a further £1,612. He said, "I'm making a few quid on X and paying 40% income tax, which will help pay for public services," he says. He suggested other MPs were quite happy to rip off the taxpayer with their wages and expenses, yet at the same time refused to help thousands of young girls who have been raped by Pakistani rape gangs. They should hang their heads in shame. I don't think, like... It's not one group. It's not one group. I don't know how many times I need to say this to people. His fellow Reform MP, Mr Lowe, who doesn't understand parliamentary procedure, he's a bit of an idiot, declared on December the 11th that he had received £1,384 from the company. It comes after he registered a £3,259 payment from X Corporation on the 3rd December, meaning he has received over £4,600 from the corporation in total. The Great Yarmouth MP says he donates his entire MP salary to local charity. And he said, "This is the most expensive job I've ever had. If I was to make money, I'm going about it in an incredibly stupid way." What charity does he give his money to, by the way? Mr Musk, who promotes the system as a way for users to get paid to post, earns a living on X, previously claimed that its revenue sharing program would reward accuracy over sensationalism. What is that word? I can't even say it. In a recent update, X said it evaluates earnings based on genuine interactions such as replies, likes, bookmarks, and the time premium users spend viewing your content. However, the billionaire has been increasingly vocal on UK politics, with his involvement intensifying in the last week after he launched an attack on Labour's handling of the child grooming scandal. The Tesla boss has been a steadfast supporter of Reform UK, having met Mr Farage at Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida in December. However, relations have recently soared after Mr Musk seemingly withdrew his support for the Clacton MP on Sunday, after Mr Farage's rejections of calls to support jail far-right activist Tommy Robinson, whose real name is Stephen Yannon. Mr Musk posted, "The Reform Party needs a new leader. Farage doesn't have what it takes." Mr Farage has also received payments from Meta and Google amounting to £2,793 and £11,160 respectively since last summer. Yeah, because he has a big social media influence and he's very good at that. He's very good with the social media. He is very good. So much better than all the other politicians. That's not a debate, that's for sure, guys. But is it all right? Is it okay for them to do this? Do you have a problem with this? Do we not think there's something wrong with this? I think, people on X nowadays, it's easier to make money putting up negative and hateful comments than it is putting positive comments if you wanted to try and make a living off X. That's how I see it. Some people may disagree, but that's how I see it. But it looks like based on the money they get, it's quite a lot of money just to tweet on X. Like, I'm pretty sure some of the average Lowe accounts probably don't make that money at all. But what do you guys honestly think? What do you guys make about this whole situation, about Reform MPs earning money on Elon Musk's X? Does it bother you? Do you think there's an issue? Do you agree with me that maybe X, in all seriousness, should be banned from the UK because it's for anyone who says it's against free speech to remove X, just remember that Elon Musk blocks people who disagree with him on X. So is that not against free speech as well? Let me know your thoughts and more down in the comments section below. If you found this video informative, please hit the like button. We greatly appreciate it. Share this across social media so others are notified of this video. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider subscribing because it really does help support the channel. And if you want to go one step further and financially support me and the work that I do here, you can do so by becoming a YouTube member for as little as 99p. Or join me on Rumble or Patreon for exclusive content on those platforms. So thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to catch you all very, very soon.